In Streamer Life Simulator 2, you are playing a simulator game of the life of a streamer for the second time. Of course, you know you're in trouble when it starts with a hot tub, a girl in underpants, and a green screen behind. And from this point, I was pretty much sold that this is the worst game of the year. It's really bad. I feel like it's bait. This game is bait for streamers to play so the creator can make money. And maybe not. Maybe the creator of this game wanted to make a really in-depth simulator of what it's like living the life of a streamer. But let me just set it up for you. So you start off with a whole bunch of intro animations that are definitely generated by AI, which, fine. Like, this is probably a one-person job, this game. I don't want to criticize it too much because I believe that people try and make games for more than just money reasons, and trying to make a good thing. Yeah. But let's tear this piece of shit apart. So basically, you start off, you get fired from your job in a cafe because you're too slow. Rightly so. Hurry the fuck up. We got stuff to do, right? Anyway, you get fired and then immediately decide to become a streamer. And to do that, you go to your cafe's store. Spoiler alert, if you're really interested in the story in this game, tune out for the next 10 seconds. You break in by walking through the back door and steal PC components from your old boss. You don't take the whole PC, you take all the components in a very confusing, not minigame, it's just confusing interface. And you take it all and then you go home on your bicycle, driving through a street where a lot of people just get run over randomly. It's that kind of, here's me trying to catch, or here's the cat interaction part of the game. You damage the cat. I believe it says cat damaged. Oh no, I didn't fail it. Anyway. It's a world that feels like a default kind of world. It's hard to describe, but it feels like there's a lot of AI stuff and a lot of like really basic kind of assets thrown in.
Top sort of Unreal Engine.
Not that good. But anyway, you go into your house and there's immediately shit on the floor, and you can clean that up if you want. The idea is you start from nothing and then you start building up your streamer room. You buy a microphone, you buy a camera, you upgrade your computer. The only thing, there's a few weird things. There's some integration, like some meta integration where I loaded up a website on my computer and it showed like my local area. So like, careful if you stream this game.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It's like, so it's got a lot of like, it's got some meta stuff in it, but it's also just... It's clunky, but it's also just really like there's a lot of kind of streamer in jokes that I don't get because I don't know all the big streamers and what they do. And I don't really follow. And
their
there's
name's XQC Cow.
There was XQC stuff in there, and there's memes. I didn't get the memes, but one thing I did like, and again, it all feels very AI generated. When I started streaming, right, I could do a dance and try and make money. Like you can do all this kind of dumb stuff, but the DMs I got from like after the stream, like your stream fucking sucks, mate. I'm like, that's pretty funny. That's the only part I like was the little DMs you get. You can respond and stuff. But yeah, the idea. Look, I didn't get too far with it. The idea is you build things up and then you obviously become a successful streamer or not. I guess it's pretty cooked. I feel like it's a game that is just there to bait people to stream it so the creator can make money. But also there's stuff in it. Like they've made
this chat. Your energy is really amazing.
Yeah,
I need people to say that in our chat.
Exactly. Yeah, come on guys. Can we get some energy amazingness here?
Energy
Disappointing. Hope things change.
Look, it's vaporware. Like,
it kind of is, but it's weird how like simulators or the simulator trend has gone through a phase where they realize that it's not just the one action that you're simulating that people are interested in, it's the life around it.
Yeah.
Like I've played for instance, I played that like wood shop or like toy restoration game, but it was like actually about answering emails and going to your warehouse and checking your car.
Fun.
And it's like it's building the life around it. Whereas here it feels like they've gone so far in that direction to make it all these bitsy mini games and all kind of like nothing's good. It's just lots of little parts of it.
I do feel like this was made by like just a couple of people.
Yeah.
But I don't remember how much it costs.
Because the core thing of simulating streaming.
I don't recommend it.
No, it's just simulating the streaming isn't much there. So they have to build the game around that, which is the life you're having, which is stealing stuff from your cafe, petting cats, riding your bike by the looks of it.
Oh my God. Is it a deck builder?
Deck builder.
I just saw cards there.
No, I don't think so. Again, I didn't get too far in it, but no, you're just earning money, then you buy stuff. But the gameplay loop of it it's not polished enough for it to be fun.
Totally.
With simulator games that are really good, even if they're a bit janky or funny or clunky, you can get it. If the gameplay loop is good, you're like, oh, I'll put on that aside and just like keep building and growing, and that's the joy of it, But this just feels like a vaporware kind of.
They're usually quite
together cash in
focused.
Kind of thing. Yeah.
Like the woodworking thing you're talking about, like the crime scene cleaners, like all those things that have like the email. They've got story in an email thread happening back at base, but really it's about dropping you into a spot and you've got a task to complete.
Yeah.
Whereas this feels like it's got so many mini games and stuff because the meat of the game, the streaming part, seems to be so bitsy
Bare bones.
as opposed
Yeah.
to the core of the game.
There's not an see, the biggest thing about streaming is the interaction, you know.
Yeah, of course.
And that's not really much of that in there. It's kind
yeah.
of like you hit go live and then you can kind of do a dancing minigame, but it would kind of be fun if there was some sort of interaction with the audience beyond getting, nasty DMs afterwards. I mean, I can get that in real life.
Yeah, it leads us to our next segment, which is 5 minutes of interacting with chat.
Oh,
Hello.
Hi.
hi, Chad.
Hi.
Barjo
that
failed
it?
at
What
even
did you-
pretending to be a streamer in a game. Thanks, Age of Doom.
What'd you do today?
Hey guys, how are
Hi.
you?
Oh,
Hit that
There is
button.
bad
There is bad
energy.
energy.
Oh no.
Oh, sorry.
They're looking at us.
I can go get on my bike.
Hi everyone, but Barjo. Okay.
Is there
Banfish
back to the game?
Yeah, okay.
Is there enough trying to happen in terms of like the management side to do with things like money, sleep, is there, because that's what's usually interesting for me in simulation games, where it's like trying to balance a little economy that usually push and pulls against itself. So you try to I want this, but I have to earn it this way. Whereas this feels quite slapdash. That I wonder, is that a bit balked? Is that a bit broken in this?
No.
It
It's
isn't.
not worth playing.
No, I know. I'm
It
saying
does not have enough meat. No,
Yeah,
there is no
fair
meat.
enough. Yeah.
No, look, I only lasted about 2 hours, and then I was done with it. No, it's I wouldn't even say it. It's a bit of fun. It's just slapdash. And look,
Yeah.
you can see they've tried to do stuff and they built websites and things in, but it just it doesn't have that. It doesn't have the core gameplay loop meat.
Well, that's what I mean. It's
it
like
doesn't
if
have
the loop's
that
not strong
is
enough that
strong enough to.
I mean, it's kind
even-
of
you?
interesting that you're like editing videos, and they've made a mini game out of everything.
Again, I only played 2 to 2.5 hours, so eventually would get there. But like, I was very ready to be done.
Yeah.
I
I think this like concept has been around for long enough now that you'd want something, particularly of a sequel, to be less of a scattershot thing and have more meat on the
Yeah.
bone and be something with more intent.
I played
as
a game
opposed
called
to just an experience of multiple experiences.
And again, it could just take a bit longer to get there. And I'm curious
Yeah.
if anyone
I
in
don't
chat
know
has
if
actually spent more time with the first game or whatever, if it was fun. But this just for a sequel, it was like, this is a sequel?
I played a Switch game called
Yeah.
I think it's on everything actually, called like A Streamer's Life or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
But that was almost a Sims game that was like you had little icons for how well your audience was rating what you're
Oh,
doing,
yeah.
and you were like
See, that
filling up
interaction
meters.
is what this. I was hoping this would have. This
Yeah.
is everything around the streaming.
It
not
looks
the-
that way.
the
Whereas
actual
that one, I
streaming
could
is just
like
little
hire more
minigame,
people to
yeah.
edit my videos, and it
Yeah.
felt like a management thing, and I was
Yeah.
getting into
Yeah.
it regardless of the streaming kind of window dressing of it. Whereas they've gone hard on that here, and it's kind of postal like joke
Yeah.
level. It feels like,
I,
but
I played like another like similar streamer. I think it was called Needy Streamer Overload, which did have like a kind of overarching storyline. That was like it was like one of those like a cute anime style psychological horror type games. But I think that game did the whole streaming thing really well. But this just I don't know. It feels
It's so ugly. It's just
Yeah,
so
it's
ugly.
ugly.
I wrote some other
Bring
notes
on
just in
dark
case there was
web
anything.
streamer.
It's just
oh
it's
dark
just,
web stream.
Chantal
that was
Ryan's
amazing.
game.
I pla-
Hopefully this year.
Fingies crossed. I
Hopefully
played
this
the I think I played the demo of it at PAX 1 year and God, what a treat.
But you kind of want to go so hard in your own style of interpreting user interfaces, views, money, all that kind of stuff. Whereas here it's trying to be so close to the real thing, but like an ugly facsimile. I don't know.
It kind of feels like a game jam game. You know,
Yeah.
like
I feel
like
bad
that,
then.
like a prototype kind
Yeah,
of
sure.
thing. And it is early access, but
Slapdash.
it's like,
Keep an eye out for Chantal Ryan's dark web streamer. Hopefully this
yeah.
year.
Yeah.
Because it's
That's
exactly what
another
you're talking about. It is
Yeah.
way more about like the engine that they've built for it is about interacting with chat
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
interacting with
Right.
parasocial relationships
It's
online.
awesome.
And it's like it's the darker side of stuff.
What,
Yeah.
To finish it off, what I
Yeah,
want to
please.
say about this, which
Please.
is completely unfair, because even making a bad game is really hard, and it's possible that the person who made this or people that made this actually really wanted to make something cool. It does kind of feel like someone just said, make a streaming game in AI, and then this came out at the same time.
Yeah,
So
fair.
I don't want to be too harsh on it, because someone might have, but it just
Hey, I could be
yeah.
watching.
They might be watching, and if they are,
Do
hello.
better. Do better with three.
If this is your second shot at it, I mean, come on.
But
Yeah,
it is
a sequel
also
should be more polished,
It's
yeah.
early
Yeah.
access, right? So it might get better.
No,
That's what
I don't
people
think
say
so.
when the game's crap.
Yeah,
Or
maybe.
not.
Or not.
You know what?
Maybe
this
they
thing-
tried really hard.